Greetings to everyone. My name is Solly Phiri from Mariti, Bushbuckridge, here in South Africa, in Mpumalanga. I am cordially inviting you to come and listen to the true story that happened in my life some 30 decades ago when I was still a cheese boy at my early 20s. It happened in the 25th November 1996 at Weltevreden. Weltevreden is situated between Sudwala Caves and Leidenburg. It took about plus minus 10 kilometers to reach to Sudwala, to Weltevreden. This story was published in various newspapers like Mpumalanga News, Louwsvelder, City Press, Citizen, Pretoria News, and many more. On Louwsvelder, it was on a front page and it was entitled "Crazed Man Goes on Killing Spree." It was also broadcasted in various radio stations and also on various TV channels all over. It was broadcasted all over because I believe it was like a serial killing. It is because it disturbed the production of the Department of Harvesting and Delivering Timber of the Sepi Forest, Mondi and other contractors of that time. Even the famous paper production company of Sepi Craft in Godwana was also disturbed. Even the Department of Tourism, tourists were told to wait visiting Sudwala Caves because the man who is the main character, isisusa sayo yonke lento ehlasimulisa umzimba, this man was on a run. He was being wanted by police. As he was still on hiding, he was also sending messages threatening to kill more. I remember it took a long 1 week. Visiting to Sudwala Caves was disturbed, fearing for the lives of tourists. Truck drivers of transportation of timber from forests to Godwana, from depot to Godwana, they were also scared to go to work. Even the harvesting department of various contractors around those nearby places, Sabi, Sudwala, 8 Gate, Jonah, White River and so forth, they were also afraid to go to work. As I was also in Rob Ferreira, I was also scared of him, fearing that he might come to kill me, because it was also published that I was in Rob Ferreira Hospital. He was also even sending messages to the boss, to my boss, the owner of Holt Transport, that he would come for more killings. One of our trucks collided with the car of the wife of this man. He was raged of anger because his wife was injured on that collision. I will explain it later. How did it happen? I was presumed dead by the serial killer who wanted to kill everyone, raged of anger. Old people of my age will remember this story that happened in Mpumalanga at that time. It was a day I will never forget in my life. A day of miracles, a day of death, a day of near death to me. I remember the late founder of the church, Nazarene Revival Church, Honorable Bishop Slinda, used to tease me Aposagufa, meaning almost died person. The 25th November 1996 changed everything in my life. It brought a dark cloud. It changed my voice. At that time, I was unable to breathe. I was helped with ventilations and sprays. I was whispering. Some of my friends used to tease me, hebe, because I was unable to talk. When I talk, it was like I'm whispering, Ninjani, Ninjani. So they called me hebe. It was discovered later that my voice cord is permanently injured. That is why if you can listen carefully to the tone of my voice, you will notice something unclear, something hoarseness. Bengifile bazalwane. I was shot at a close range. The man grabbed me by my t-shirt. He grabbed me by my t-shirt, holding a gun, saying aggressively, come, in Afrikaans, pointing a gun at my face. I raised my hands, but he lied in court. He said we tussle for a gun. He lied in court and said we were fighting for a gun. No, I didn't tussle. I didn't tussle trying to take the gun from his hand, because he said the bullet just went out and shot me and hit me. He didn't shoot, of which it was a lie. I was raising my hands as he was standing on the door between my office and my manager's office. Actually, he was holding me aggressively after he opened the office of my manager, saying those 5 people in my manager's office. I'll explain it later. He wanted me to come and join the other people so that he would be shooting us at the same time together. Those people, after seeing that he has held me by a gun, they started fleeing over the window, running away for their lives over the window. So, as they saw that the man is holding me, grabbing me, and he shot me, the sound was so furious. I fell down. As I fell down, it was so painful. I felt a hot condition. I don't know how did I took off my shoes. I don't know how did the chair in my office fell, but the blood was all over. My blood was all over. I wanted to run, but I was unable. I saw that no, I won't be able to run away. At that time, the gun is busy echoing. It's busy shooting in the other office. I don't know who were shot, because I was also running for my life, scaring for my life, hiding under the table. At that time, flies were all over me. They were enjoying the blood, my blood as was oozing, because our offices were nearby the crowd of cows. So there were flies that were coming to my body. I was fighting them. On the other hand, I was fighting for breath, fighting to inhale